Hi, welcome to our session tonight. Yes, my name is Marina. I'm from the Eloy team, and I will moderate the session tonight with Carmen. And we have prepared, I think, an interesting session. But first, we want to take a moment to think about our Serbian friends who have been shaken by two very terrible shootings last week in just some days apart. And we want to just take some time to hope that something like this will never happen again. And Tomislav wants to read a poem and say a few words. Tomislav?
Yes, unfortunately, these days for Serbia are very hard and very stressful. What's happened in Serbia, maybe some of you don't know. Unfortunately, on the May of 3rd, in the early mornings, a tragedy occurred in Serbia. A 13-year-old boy killed 8 students and injured 6 more. Unfortunately, he also killed a security guard and wounded a history professor. This happened in the elementary school Vladislav Ribnikar in Belgrade, and that's not unfortunately all. Less than 48 hours happens that a 20-year-old boy killed 8 people near the town of Mladenovac and injured 14 more. Unfortunately, some of them are still in the critical conditions, and luckily, some of them are released from the hospital. That's the newest that we found out. For this reason, Serbia is in mourning from Friday till the Monday, and I want to read a very sad and emotional poem for you as the uh, for the victims, I will say them. Ovo je zemlja za nas. Ovo je zemlja za sve naše ljude. Ovo je kuća za nas. Ovo je kuća za svu našu decu. Pogledaj me, pogledaj me, očima deteta. U zemlji vidim spas i sna me budi glas koji ne poznajem. Dok grane miluju naša tela, dok senke prave pokrov za nas. Pogledaj me, pogledaj me očima deteta. Čujem vrati se, čujem ostani, čujem vrati se, oprosti mi. U svakom porazu sam video deo slobode i kada je gotovo, za mene znaj, tek tad je počelo. Pogledaj me, pogledaj me očima deteta. Čujem vrati se,
Так,
čujem
чую
ostani,
тебе.
čujem vrati se, ne idi, ne idi, ne. Thank you.
Thank you, Tomislav. And yeah, of course, be sure that we are all thinking about, especially those who are still fighting.
Так, я вимкнула.
And we hope that something like this never happens again and terrible times. So thank you for sharing that poem with us. It's important that we all keep together.
Here in Romania, we have a coach of volleyball, which his daughter in your country was killed, and
Yes.
he was going. Yes, you know about.
Yes, I know. Unfortunately, we found out that his daughter stepped in front of the gun because she wanted to protect her class, and she was killed.
We don't know this. Yes,
Thank you. That is the information we got from the police.
Yes. Her father go there, and a lot of people from Romania go to together with him, with his father. Yes.
That is a sad story, but she was so brave. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, really unthinkable. You cannot even imagine. Does anyone want to share something on this occasion?
We had a school shooting near Ulm
and it was awful because it was the son of a man who did shooting as a sport, and he killed some of his school members, school friends, and it's always the question, why did it happen? But it's not our question to ask why. It's our question to say, we don't want to happen this again. We don't want to happen this situation again. So we have to do everything in our power to say we don't want a situation who creates a tragedy like that. So I think our prayers from Ulm are with you, and we keep you in our heart, and we hope that this will never happen again.
Oh, I think, for
Thank you so
example, in
much.
Tomislavic country, also caused by bullying. I think we must fight against bullying.
Unfortunately, we still don't know what's happened. Some people say he was bullied, some people say he is not. Unfortunately, his father also took him to the shooting range where he practiced. He's 13-year-old, and he was so deadly for it's he's not committed such a crime in the world, so it's so hard to speak about it. We still don't know all of the informations, but I hope this will never happen again. So pray for everyone.
Yes, here Romania said was the main reason was bullying in his school.
We still
Yes.
don't know. Unfortunately, we still don't know.
Yeah, it's never easy and never easy to understand. And all we can do is hope. And I think with Elena Stefanut singing now, this will bring some hopeful thoughts, hopefully, to us now. Elena, the floor is yours.
Microphone.
Vara, vara, primăvară, primăvară, de pluguri, la holadă de primă,
Ceva.
numai plugul bade lui. Nu plugul bade lui. Ade în vârful dealului. Nici nu urcă, nici coboară, nici urcă, nici coboară.
Nici ne se čuva.
I se agață plugul în dor și se agață plugul în dor. Agăboi de să desfământ.
Yes, Elena, I'm sorry, but sometimes
Atunci o să cânt altă dată. Probabil din cauza furtunii, nu știu.
Yes, we were announced by raw alert about a strong storm in our city, in Cluj-Napoca, and was a very strong storm, yes.
Pare foarte rău.
Yeah. It's not your fault, Elena.
no.
And sometimes the weather is disturbing our session.
This happens, but thank
Let
you.
us continue in hopes that for the rest it will function. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Elena. So we hope that the internet connection in Germany is better at the moment. Gerhard Heimann will recite a poem by Durst Grünbein. The floor is yours. Why did you choose this poem? Maybe you could say just shortly.
Yes, of course. Well, first of all, I doubt that the expression of nature nowadays is important. I think it has been exploited too much by commercial in the tradition of the Romantic. I think when we talk about nature, we also talk about ourselves, because as you have just heard from Serbia, it is in the nature of human beings to kill others. So which is of course a tragedy, but this is a tragedy since human beings are living on this earth. Violence was always something under control of religion, but maybe within the time and maybe with the retention of the religion and the grown up of industry and politics and capitalism, maybe we exploit things too much and we have changed our relation to what I would call the biosphere, because the biosphere is something which we can destruct. We cannot destruct nature, but we can destruct the biosphere. And this is what we are doing at least since 200 years. And the poem from Durst Grünbein, who is a poet from Dresden, where he's still living. Nowadays he's around 60 years old. And he wrote this poem before 1988. And this poem says something about the relation between the nature or the world of the Greek, of the classics, because you hear now the Okeanos, which is the godness of the sea and the rivers, and for a Greek view on nature, the nature was full of gods and godness, and we counting these 3,000, and as per Hesiod, the amount of this godness from Okeanos were 3,000, which he mentions later in his poem. So I think I'll start with the poem first, and maybe you can ask later, or I can comment something. But I think it is understandable at the first sight. It's not so complicated, and but I also admit that nowadays our rivers look better. That does not mean that they are better, because the poison is something which we don't see. Wie gesagt, irgendetwas scheint überschritten. Ich weiß nicht, doch streune ich manchmal ganz grundlos diesen vergifteten Fluss entlang, zähle die Enten und unverwüstlichen Schwäne und dann geschieht's. Dass ich an all diese Flussgötter denke, im Blicke den vorübertreibenden Unrat, Papierfetzen und Blechkanister, etwas Polystrol, als hätte es sie, die Orgasmen der 3000 Töchter des Okeanos, überhaupt nicht gegeben. Und jeder Zufluss wirft neue Blasen zart leuchtender Chemikalien auf. Angewidert spucke ich von der kahlen Uferterrasse herab, fühle mich unbehaglich, der Held im Film, und bewundere später ein paar sprungabwärts keuchender alter Männer beim Jogging.
Ja, vielen Dank für den Beitrag. I was in German, sorry. Thank
No,
you
it's okay.
for your contribution. Does anyone have questions or thoughts about it?
Nee, nehme питань. Kann ich in Deutsch? Darf ich in Deutsch
Ja,
das sagen?
ja, Barbara?
Ja, ja, Herr Heilmann, es spricht genau das aus, was uns bewegt. Viele, viele Menschen. Wie erreichen wir die Menschen, die über uns leben, also Verhältnissen in Hochhäusern, üppigen Büroräumen und so? Wie erreichen die Menschen? Wir an der Basis haben das erkannt und viele leben auch danach. Aber wie erreicht man die Menschen, die üppig leben, die die Formel-1-Rennen fahren und viele andere Dinge?
Okay, I will just translate shortly.
Yes.
Barbara asked or says that this is something, the poem represents something that a lot are thinking about, a lot have understood, but how do we reach those people in some places at the top or where they seem unreachable, that still don't understand what is happening?
Well, Barbara, just let me call you Barbara. I'm Gerhard. And I think we are in the middle of a transformation process. And as we can see in history, the success of a transformation process you see only in the future. That means nowadays you cannot see it. If I compare this impression from 1988 or even before with nowadays, I see many people are aware of the problems. So I think we nowadays the part of the population who knows that it is important to protect our biosphere is growing, continuously growing. So I'm not really pessimistic. This is only a view in the past. In particular, Frankfurt, we had this center of industry in Frankfurt Höchst, which has been destructed, and we had many other problems. I wouldn't drink the water from the River Main nowadays, even not, but I think maybe one day we can. But the problem is how to reduce or how to control industry in a way that you don't cause any other problems like reduction of the industry with unemployment and all these problems, and people are afraid of losing their prosperity, and this is, I think, the biggest problem.
Thank you, Gerhard, and thank you, Barbara. I think, of course, we could go on, but I think we have to move on the program. But this is, of course, a topic which is also about hope for the future, about planting hope, which is something that is our next step in the program. Carmen will present to you a campaign which is called Hoffnung säen, translated Planting Hope. Carmen?
Yes, I will do it with pleasure. It's not an initiative of us, it's finally an initiative of Protestant Church in Germany in the frame of the 24th of February, 1 year after the war, or 1 year war in Ukraine. And they gave to us all packages. It's to plant hope. And you see, it's Sonnenblumen, sunflowers, and cornflowers. It's in the colors of the Ukraine flag and nationality. And in this little sacks are seeds. And we will plant it next week in Germany, Ulm, with a lot of Ukrainians and Germans. And we will have a look every week, and we hope it will be big flowers of sunflowers and small but beautiful cornflowers. And it's to give us a hope that this terrible war will end, and they will have, and that we all will have peace, freedom. And we would like to include you, and we will send to the organizations included here, or persons who let us know that they are interested in some of these packages. And we would like to ask you also to blend it and then to send us later photos with these flowers. And so we collect hope for for end of the war and a peaceful future for Ukraine and for all of us in all our countries. This is our idea, and if you're interested in, let us know, and we will send you this, and then we will have everywhere in our network some signs of hope by these plants. If you have some questions, you can ask it now, or you can send us a mail. What do you think about this idea?
It's a good idea, but I think the war must finish earlier than the growing of these plants.
We asked, it will be planted in Germany, now in Ulm, in a big garden, which is administered by our town. And the responsibles of this big garden said to us, it is now the good time to plant, because before it was too cold and it would be damaged, the seeds. So we hope we can start now in the next 2 weeks. We will start next Friday.
Maybe I can say
my hope is that the war will be ended before these plants to grow up. This is my.
This is a big hope. We all would like to this idea.
Yes.
I hope so.
Maybe I can say something, Pari. Hello to everybody. I just planted, as I just said, about 200 of these sunflowers in my garden, you know, in little boxes. And I hope they survive this horrible thunderstorm outside. And my parochial, my church, they also planted sunflowers everywhere around the church. I just got an email, and I'm really looking forward to see these flowers growing up and becoming a sign of hope. I'm really looking forward to that. So maybe we can show you some pictures, and hopefully we can get some pictures from your countries too. from sunflowers and cornflowers.
Thank you, Gabi. Thank you so much for supporting, and I hope this will be an inspiration for others to join.
Светле, аз искам да кажа, че при нас температурата, когато трябва да цъфти, вече трябваше да бъдат засяти. При нас около 30 см са вече слънчогледовите стебла. Те по-рано ще цъфнат. Ако сега ги засеем, те няма да могат да цъфнат от горещините, които получаваме някъде юли-август месец.
Harry, can you maybe just take out Svetla just a second for translation?
Sie muss ihren Kopfhörer abziehen, sonst hören wir sie nicht.
Jetzt gibt's
Svetlana?
ja.
Sie muss erst aus dem Channel raus, sonst hören wir sie nicht.
Jetzt.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what Veska said, is that these plants, due to the climate which is in Bulgaria, have been planted much earlier. They are now 20-30 centimeters high, and if we plant them right now in Bulgaria, they will not grow up enough. They will not grow up enough so that they can blossom. That's what she said.
Okay.
Because it's much warmer there, and they usually plant this a bit earlier, in beginning of April or something.
Okay.
Just for you to know as information, yeah.
Can you ask Veska if it doesn't make sense then, or if we will try?
Вески, смяташ ли, че има смисъл да се изпращат семена тогава? Не, микрофонът ти не е изключен.
При нас в Северна България няма нужда повече да се изпращат, защото ние много отдавна сме засяли слънчогледовите семена.
She said that to them in North Bulgaria, it makes no sense to send the seeds right now because they have been planted much earlier than now.
But so I suppose there will be plants there, sunflowers and also cornflowers, and she can send us a photo with these flowers and sending us greetings and signs of hope with these flowers. It's not on the base of our packages, but on the base of hope.
Да, това, което Кармен каза, е, че фактически можеш да направиш снимка на слънчогледите, когато цъфнат, които вече са засяти, и да изпратиш тази снимка просто като един символ на надеждата за участие от това.
Да, добре, на нашите засяти площи, да, може.
Да. She said she could take a picture of already planted flowers. Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you, Veska.
Да, може да направя.
I can probably send you some pictures of plants that we already have growing.
Може ли да включиш отново? Can you switch on the Bulgarian translation channel again, please?
Okay.
So that's fine, Hook.
Светли, включете български превод.
Photos and
точно това помолих.
Come and hold.
That's done.
Готово е.
I think, Marianne, we can continue and we will send you some information.
Yes, yes. And contact us if you're interested, of course. So next, Tatiana will recite us a poem. In English, it's called Sparkling Drops, and it's from Dobrika Erik. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tatiana, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Blistave kapi. Uzalud će mi trave bajati i suncokreti na koje ličim. Svi kada zađu, ti ćeš štajati u krugu što se ne briše ničim. Ko god mi svrati na konak sniće, sunce u ptičje perje skriveno. i tvoje venčano ruho biće mojim mislima prošiveno. Kad stresem se sa blistave kapi uskršnjeg vina tvojih godina, zemlja će predamnom da razjapi bezube čeljusti pukotina. I zalud će mi trave bajati i suncokreti na koje ličim. Svi kada zađu, ti ćeš stajati u krugu što se ne briše ničim. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatjana. Thank you so much. Okay, and now we will go a little deeper in our conversation about nature. Angela Puda is here tonight to tell us about her work, what she does in regards to nature, conservation, protecting and conservation nature. Hi, Angela. Thank you for being here. First, maybe you could just shortly introduce yourself and what you do in the field of protecting nature.
My name is Angela. I am an art teacher. I live in Porto Torres. It's in Sardinia, but I grew up in Ulm. And for me, since about 15 years, it became more and more important to relate all my actions with the reflection about my sustainable handling and caring. It's 15 years, but I wouldn't say I'm perfect in this. I'm on the way to know how to be a planetary citizen, how to consume, how to live society, and so also to have all the ticks of this society, trying to knock out. So that's my main mission. I work with children and adults that are afflicted of intellectual handicap. So for me, it has been very present all the days how it is important to change a point of view, to try empathy with all living creatures. And yes, that's my main action.
And this goes also, of course, hand in hand with when we prepared for today. You called it biophilia between echo and ego. So could you just shortly explain what does that mean? What does that mean for you?
I chose it. It's a famous illustration. You can find it on internet if you fill in your browser echo, ego, and find the images. There you find this pyramid called ego, where a human being, a male human being, is on the top of this pyramid, and all the other flora and fauna creatures are under. And then there's another illustration. It's a circle, a sphere, I would say, where the male and the male human and the woman are into an entire sphere with the other creatures. And this is echo. So the home of everyone who could be under the definition of life. So following the philosophy of biophilia, the love for life. So for me, it's a good line to go on for deciding how to act and how to be with the world. So I chose this.
Thank you. And how you act, how you are with the world, what do you do exactly? Are there projects that you would like to highlight, present to us? What do you do in this regard?
In this moment, we started a planting project, but we are a free group, an informal group here in Porto Torres. We are people in different ages. There are also children with their families, and we, by observing our surrounding, we try to pull out our ideas how to improve the conditions. And so we are experimenting an easy way to find a decision. It's not like an association where you have official reunions and you follow the official order of day. How do you call it on Vereinsleben? Yeah.
Agenda or what?
Yeah. We are a group that who wants to meet, comes together and informs always the rest of the group about the ideas that came together. And so we go on by planning and by making the decisions, writing to the local governors, trying to keep the contact, because for us it is important to work on the common good, on the idea that private exists, but there are a lot of cultural and economical and social structures that are common good, and so we have to care for it. We have to foster this idea in all the people, because a lot of people are too much in the private sphere. Sometimes I have the idea that some people think only private sphere is existing, so also the capitalistic and the consuming behavior is connected on this.
It's easy to, when you say that you're in contact with authorities, for example, are they open to the ideas you have?
Yes, they like our ideas. The hustling, I would say, is to remember them, to call them, to write again, to be there, and to have the patience also to wait, because sometimes the answers doesn't come immediately. We try to plan things without big financial requests. So our problem is not to wait for financial support. Often it is to emerge between the lot of things that surely come into a major office. So, and environmental consciousness isn't on the top of the list that the governors has. I think a lot of economic and industrial thinking is the most present.
And this, when you say this consciousness, of course, it starts with all of us. So what would you say, what would you say to us for our everyday life? What should we think about every day if we want to be more sustainable, if you want to live better life in this regard?
Personally, I'm following the theory and the philosophy of permaculture. It is, for me, in this moment, a good help to think about what I have to do. So the three, I don't know if everybody has known about the philosophy of permaculture. I would we have to care for the biosphere, as Gerhard said before. We have to care for the people, and we have to share the resources, also by paying attention not to grow too much. So we have to limit our growth or our consuming. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. This was very, very interesting. Maybe someone has questions for Angela. I think Elena asked for a link, but I'm not sure which link. Was this question to Angela? Elena, what link do you need?
Angela said us about some, I think, a site where to enter to see what you are doing. It's not, you have not such a link.
No, I didn't say something.
No. I understood something like this. In order where to can enter to see what you are doing in this field.
The only media, I think, presence we have in this moment of our group is a profile on Mastodon Social. So if you want, I can put it on the chat. It's Il Giardino Porto Torres. And there you can see some, it's a recent profile. So we haven't got yet a lot of
okay.
photos in, but I will fulfill, so you can see.
Thank you. Today I was in a trip on wild peonies, sunflowers. They are very nice, and some volunteers created this reservation. We early where to go, not to strive the flowers. Was wonderful. Yes, to have more such reserves is very important.
That's true.
Yes.
Yesterday I saw a picture that was written on it. I don't know if I remember right. Something like, leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but time, and something. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was very nice. It was something that was put in front of a forest, and already leave nothing but footprints is very important, because a lot of people, of course, they leave all their garbage. So yeah, this is something that is where we can
have this
start. And
we have this on our city beach.
Yes, what is the rest of the text say?
No, it's as you said, it's don't leave nothing else as your footsteps. It's a simple.
Yeah, nice. We have to remember that sometimes. Some people. Okay, are there any other questions at the moment for Angela? If no, then I say thank you. And if you have questions about what Angela's doing, about her projects, you can contact us and we can share some information, some links if there's some interest. And about the next nature step in our program tonight, some of you may have already seen, we have started a little photo competition, and we want to take this evening again to just shortly present it to you and to invite you to join us and to send in your contributions. So the competition is called Show Us the Green in Your City, because we were thinking about it and we believe that it is important that we have a look at what do we have in our cities that is green. It's not only stone. There are sometimes some little spaces that are green, even more so maybe than we know. And we want to get to know them. We want to get to know from all over Europe and the Danube countries, from you, our partners, from everywhere, the green spaces you hold dear in your city. And this is why we started this little photo competition, where we want you to send in 4 different pictures of places in your city that you want to share with us. So for each picture, we would of course like to have 3 to 4 sentences why you chose that picture. But the whole information that you need, how to participate, we send it out via mail, and if you haven't gotten it yet, then contact us, or I will send you the link how to participate and what you have to think about before joining. We have 4 different categories. The first is public place, green for all. So maybe you have a place in your city which is accessible to everybody, which you think is very nice, which you want to share. Or is your favorite place something that is very personal to you, where you like to take some time to relax. And then, which is also something that's interesting, green where you do not expect it. So sometimes in cities, there are places where you don't even expect that something green shows up. And then we have the 4th category, urban green for the future. So for example, buildings, streets that are from cities that are made green for the purpose also to help the city in the future. And there will be money prizes for the best entries, 4 times 100 euros and 8 times 50 euros. There will be a jury who will select the best entries. And on this occasion of the German Digital Day on the 16th of June, this is a date that if you participate, you can write in your calendar. We will present the winners, and we will talk about, of course, what people send in and why. So how to participate? This is the link where you can participate. The link, when you open it, you can choose the language you want to submit in. You want to do the form in. So you can choose between different languages, and we also have the documents that you need to send in as well, translated in different languages. And I will give you the link. And there is all the information that you need to sign in to send us your contribution. So the deadline is the 5th of June. It's a Monday. And until then, you should send in your contribution. When you choose your contributions, we have, as I said, 4 different categories. And you should choose at least 2 different categories. You can, of course, send in 4 pictures each from one category, or you can send, for example, 2 pictures from category 1 and 2 from category 2. But the important thing is that you choose at least 2 categories where you send in your pictures. But as I said, all the material is available in Bulgarian, Romanian, in Serbian, in Ukrainian, in English, and German. Slovenian, Slovakian. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but I think we're all set. So we would like to have as many contributions as possible to get to know your green cities. I will post the link, and if there are any questions, please let us know.
Светли, имам въпрос. Много е рано, 6 юни, природата още не се е раззеленила, цветята не са цъфнали. Значи имаме точно 1 месец до крайната дата.
Ari, could you...
Да, розите цъфтят за 24 май, правим венците в училищата. Много е рано, 6 юни, 5 юни.
Добре. Okay, so I hope you can hear me now. Veska just made a remark. She said that if the closing date is 5th of June, many of the nice places and flowers are still not well developed. She said that end of May, for example, are blossoming the roses where they are used for decoration for the National Alphabet Day in Bulgaria. So she is a bit afraid that perhaps the nice green areas will not be ready till that time. That's a remark from her side.
Yeah,
and as a question as well, what to do.
Yes, rose is national flower of Bulgaria.
Not only the roses, she means that also the trees are not so much developed, and the green areas with the nice flowers. So it will not be possible to show really the beautiful places by that time.
But Sveta, you can translate. It is not important to have the best photo of the best summertime possibilities concerning nature. It's a few in the nature in my town on everyday life. And so if the roses are fine at this time, and I think they will be some, so it's fine. But there are other places, public places, all the years they are serving people to be there. And so it must not be the best of the best.
Веска, това, което каза Кармен, е, че фактически не е необходимо да бъдат най-красивите места в най-хубавото време. Важното е да се покаже каква е зелената част на града, такава каквато е в ежедневния живот. Дори розите да са цъфнали, е хубаво и розите да се покажат. Това са просто част от нашия живот и те са такива каквито са по това време.
Да, разбрах, но не можем да покажем най-хубавото, защото ние продължаваме някъде до септември-октомври да бъде раззеленен и цъфнал нашия град и нашите селища.
Да.
Сега още е зимен период, който трудно можем да покажем. Евентуално само зелени площи от Райграс.
Okay. That's what she said, is that their city is blossoming, nicely blossoming all the summer till end of September. So at this time it will be all possible to show mostly grass, but not nice blossoming areas. But I have explained her that it's okay to show the life as it is, and she said that's okay.
Кармен е идвала при нас и е видяла колко сме зелени, красиви, цъфнали, какви цъфнали градини имаме, цъфнали площи, но това е вече края на юни, тогава вече сме в цъфтящ период и красив период, който е дошъл при нас в Сливополе, завижда на зелените и красиви площи.
Carmen, Veska said you have been there already and you have seen how many beautiful places they have in Slivopole with the blossoming areas, and this is usually end of June the best time. So yeah, unfortunately you will not be seen.
Thank you.
Окей, благодаря ти, Веска.
Thank you.
Are there any other remarks or questions? Okay, so send us your contributions and share the competition, and we are waiting for your wonderful pictures and getting to know the green in your city. Thank you. Now I want to welcome Dusan, also from Varšava, Serbia, who will sing a song which is called in English, My Dove. The floor is yours.
Dobro večer svima, pre svega. Otpevat ću vam jednu staru narodnu pesmu koja ima naziv Moji golube, a mogu da kažem o pesmi da simbolizuje tu, da kažemo, lepu voćku, malinu koja raste u Srbiji i koja, možemo eto da kažemo, ta narodna pesma je stara izvorna, koja ima jako lepu melodiju i tekst.
Good evening, everyone. I choose this song because this song is the old traditional Serbian song. They remember us on the roseberries, that is the Serbian traditional fruit, and this song is very beautiful, very emotional sound, and I will sing it today for you.
Može?
Može.
Moji golube, moji golube, moji golube, moji golube, ne padaj mi na maline, goro zelena, ne padaj mi na maline, ružo rumena. Kad maline zrele budu, kad maline zrele budu, i same će opadati, goro zelena, i same će opadati, ružo rumena. Kao suze devojačke, kao suze devojačke, devojačke i momačke, goro zelena, devojačke i momačke, ružo rumena. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Wonderful. And now we will finish. Yes, we are at the last part of our session tonight. We will finish with our very own Gabi from the Eloy team, who will sing a song which, when we look outside the window today, I think we need. It is called Winter Has Passed.
Yes, that's a Minne lied. Minne was a song who A chevalier a knight sang to his beloved lady, and the chevaliers, the knights, had contests. You know, they wanted to be the best man and to say, "I have the most beautiful song," and they they tell about love and spring and everything else. And in Germany, we have a tradition. We cut a small tree and we bring it to our beloved woman. And so this is called ein Maibaum, a May tree. And this is a song from the 16th century, and I'm going to sing it for you. Der Winter ist vergangen, ich seh des Maienschein. Ich seh die Blümlein prangen, des ist mein Herz erfreut. So fern in jenem Tale, da ist gar lustig sein. Da singt Frau Nachtigalle und manch Waldvögelein. Ich geh heim zu hauen hindurch das grüne Gras, schenk meine Lieb die Treue, die mir die Liebste was. Und bitt, dass sie mag kommen, all vor dem Fenster stand. Empfang den Mai mit Blumen, er ist gar wohlgetan. Und als die Allerschönste seine Rede hätt gehört, da stand sie minnigliche, indes sie sprach die Wort. Ich hab den Mai empfangen mit großer Würdigkeit. Er küsst sie an die Wangen, war das nicht Ehrbarkeit? Ade, mein allerliebste, ade, schöns Blümelein. Ade, mein Rosenblume, es muss geschieden sein. Bis dass ich wiederkomme, bleibst du die Liebste mein. Das Herz und meine Seele, die sind ja allzeit dein. Bis dass ich wiederkomme, bleibst du die Liebste mein. Ade, mein allerliebste, mein Herz ist allzeit dein.
Thank you, Gabi. Wonderful. And with this note, we come to the end of our program. Thank you for everybody who was here tonight. Thank you for everybody who made a contribution. Thank you, of course, to our translators for the work. I know it's not always easy, but you do a wonderful job. Thank you.
Благодаря за превода. Чудесни сте. Лека вечер.
And thank you to Pari, as always, technical moderation. It was a very nice evening with you, and I wish you a very, very nice night, and see you soon. And Carmen, thank you, of course, to you as well.
Thank you for your arrangement. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for all your work done, and thanks to all. And I'm very happy to be with you this evening. I hope you will meet us also next time. And don't forget to make nice photos or good photos. Nice, I don't know. It depends on your town. But photos for our competition, because we will share the photos, we will compare a little bit, and we will speak about our cities and the future of our cities in one of the next online meetings. Thank you and keep well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.